So that's where I'd like to start. What was it that your flyer said that caused you to come to Meridia and at least see what's up? We'll start with Bolvar.
Well, I've gotten some intel that there could be heathens hiding in the church, and I must purge this carnival of all heathens.
Okay. Dracazo, what did your flyer say?
Dracazzo has heard of a wonderful strongman who was at this carnival, who would be a most fantastic opponent to test the great Dracazzo's strength and martial prowess. Because that is the only way that Dracazzo will find out why this thing from the Shadowfell has contacted him. He must learn his greater purpose.
Fucking A, man.
You
get 1 experience point.
Jesus Christ.
Done. You get an XP point. Valoran, what brought you to the carnival?
I was just in town picking up supplies when I received the flyer, and it piqued my interest. I thought I might as well stop by.
So it just said carnival in big letters?
Basically.
Okay. Klein, what did your flyer say?
I'm gonna go with that. It had a strong nature user there, and I've been looking for my mentor. Been missing for some time. Thought I'd check here.
Okay. And Fargrim, what did your flyer say?
When there's a carnival, there's food, and when there's food, there's beer. And I love beer.
Okay.
Is that the motivation of Fagrim Trueblood?
It's Fargrim.
It's in my dwarvish blood.
Oh, okay.
Part blood, part ale.
Everything's clear now.
Just since everybody's new, I'll give you the brief overview of what happened last session. The carnival's in town. The players all got the flyer. Last group went in and agreed to join the carnival as it heads west. It's heading towards the Rotlands, so you might as well investigate this carnival and kind of go with it as it heads west. It's essentially a moving city. Everything that you could want is provided by the carnies. You don't have to worry about really anything. All the ammo, all the weapons, it's there. Sort of magically appears. XP checkpoint. So if you didn't see the session 0, 4 XP is what it takes to level up. You can get 1 for telling part of your backstory to someone. You can get 1 for contributing to finishing a defined objective. You can get 1 for learning something new about the Rotlands quest, and 1 point will be awarded by vote at the end of the session. So that's all we really need to get started. You all find yourself at the carnival, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have, and then you can go around and talk to people, figure out what it is you want to do to maybe earn some experience today.
All right.
So do we arrive together, or have a meeting there?
The flyers brought you all for different reasons.
Okay.
Um,
So how we kind of...
yeah, just a
Okay.
party of convenience.
Okay.
So who was it was looking for the big dude? That was Dracazzo. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to introduce you, Dracazzo, to the Brute. This... let me get my voice on. Hold on.
This mountain of a man, with his mass of mammoth muscles, astounds the Georges daily with inhuman feats of strength. You're probably thinking the Brute could crush your skull with his bare hands, and you're entirely correct. In fact, for just 5 measly coppers, you can buy a horseshoe that he's twisted into a knot. A little squeeze for us, and a little for you to take home. Let me guess, you're eyeing his mottled, warty skin, that bristly hair on the back of his hands, and you're wondering what lies beneath the executioner's hood that covers his head. You're wondering whether his face could be any more gruesome than his hulking body. One word, George. Tusks. You can see them poking out when he turns to the side. I keep telling him that his looks are an act all by themselves, but he refuses to put his snout in the show. I kid you not, the brute's face looks like the worst parts of a human, an ape and a boar, all tied in a knot. But he insists that he's considered ruggedly handsome back home, wherever that is. I shudder at the thought. Assuming he's telling the truth, his homeland must be a long, long way from here, 'cause I've traveled far, and I've never seen the likes of him before. The brute's real name is Tusk, by the way, but only the imp calls him that. It just doesn't seem to fit. He wandered into the carnival's camp one foggy night about 5 years ago. He was pretty tough then, too, but he wasn't willing to go back out into those dark woods, so we offered him asylum, and he grudgingly accepted. Well, whatever strange place spawned him, apparently his people wander about in tribes, like us, and his tribe had a pecking order that I'd place second only to a pack of cur dogs. The brute, delightful chap that he is, decided to carry this pecking order over to his new tribe. He had no problems taking orders from Hermos or from anyone else he considered his equal in raw physical power, but he was unapologetically cruel to anyone weaker than himself, and he absolutely refused to follow the commands of a mere female such as Isolde. His words, not mine. Of course, that situation wasn't going to last long, and we all knew it. We were just waiting for Isolde to make her move. After a few weeks, the brute was starting to make quite a nuisance of himself. Then at dinner one night, someone said something the wrong way, and before we knew it, the brute had his big axe out and was challenging anyone to fight him to the death. Naturally, it was Isolde who stepped forward, but she didn't fight him, luckily for the brute. No, she just clamped a hand down on one of his ample ears and hauled him off, squealing into the night, far enough so that we couldn't see what happened next. We all thought the brute was done for, and good riddance. But an hour later, when Isolde strode back into camp, the brute was tromping along behind her like a love-struck pup. I don't know what she did to him out there, but he's become so respectful of her, I might go so far as to call him reverent. He's completely loyal to her, and since Isolde ordered him not to start fights, he doesn't. Simple as that. I know a few troopers around here, mainly Pacali's circle of associates, who grumble that Isolde snapped the brute's mind or that she's pulling his strings. I don't agree. The brute's still a domineering ogre most of the time, so I wouldn't say he's changed. If anything, he just errs on the side of obedience now. My opinion? I think the brute respects power, and only power. And I think that's exactly what Isolde showed him out in the darkness that night.
Well, now that you know literally everything about your opponent, you shouldn't have a problem.
Well, actually, if I'm looking for a good fight, it seems like I should speak with Isolde instead. She seems to be the one who has all the power here.
I mean, he's the one that's the backbreaker and all that.
Well, he is the strongman, but Isolde is the one who controls the strongman. Who is the better opponent?
The one that will snap your neck.
There is an argument for that, yes. But apparently he does not fight without her say-so, so I must speak with her, regardless.
Indeed. And then we can find out if there is any heathens around.
Yes, heathens.
Do you follow the great church of... Hey, Sage, what's a church that would actively send people out to kill heathens?
There's only one church in Tidebreak.
Cool.
There's
what are
only
their
one
names?
God.
Right.
It's
Oh,
just
this is-
God.
Okay.
There are various aspects of God, and probably the aspect most concerned with converting people to the church would be perhaps the grave domain aspect. So maybe you came up in a temple of the grave domain. They're the people who ferry people between life and death. So definitely more, I don't know, in tune with saving souls and converting heathens.
Alrighty.
That's life aspect stage.
Yes, life aspect. Thank you.
Oh, who was that? Does he get the achievement?
Would it be acceptable if I were to say I am ambivalent about the judge?
I stare. Oh, with a blank face.
I will take that as a yes.
Perhaps I will leave you to your devices. There's plenty of sin in this carnival. I can sense it.
I mean, if you plan on fighting,
How would you
some
like to
demons,
meet?
then, hey,
How would you like to meet an amazing soulless man? No soul whatsoever.
That sounds a lot like a heathen. Yes, take me to him.
Okay. Would you rather do the soulless man or the brute?
Oh, damn. I really want to see that fight.
Well, there's always next week for the soulless man.
Right, let's totally do the brute. So we get more Jacozio. Gotta get that.
and I guess we'll try tracking down Isolde then.
Right. I'm gonna go to I forget the name of her master, but I'm gonna look for like the nearest shopkeep and ask them, have they seen the Tusk and his master? Do I have to roll for this? Uh,
Sage, you're muted.
And making their best. Oh, am I? On
Yeah,
on
you've
what?
been
On Discord?
muted this whole time.
Oh. So where were we? You were looking for a shopkeeper to ask about Isolde?
right. Yes.
Okay. So you would find one, and he'd say, I wouldn't recommend going and picking a fight with Isolde. I'd strongly caution you against it. You know, she's like our guardian angel. I mean, don't make a fool of yourself by taking this notion too literally. The Skura may hold precisely that opinion, but I don't buy into it. They're just picking at the same crumbs as all the rest of us and making their best guess. She's never come right out and confessed to who she really is. None of us risk asking. One should never pry into the private affairs of a lady, I like to say. Still, a man can't help but wonder.
Okay. Thanks a bunch.
Well, I don't think that I ever mentioned that I wanted to fight Isolde herself. I wanted to get
Yeah.
permission from her to fight with the brute.
We were looking at how to get her, how to contact her.
Yeah.
If you could just point us
As
to
I
a
understand
tent,
it,
I think that would
nobody's-
be best.
It's over there.
And is she there right now, or is she out and about?
I don't like to pry into her private affairs.
I say we just take our chances and check out where over there is.
Yes, we both knock on her. Wait, does she have a door? It's a tent. I'm not sure. Let's investigate.
Very well.
It's a wagon.
Are the other three with us right now? Just in
Yes.
case we stumble. Okay.
So we're all together at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So you're gonna walk up to Isolde's wagon and knock on the door.
Yeah.
It swings open. Inside, it appears empty. There's a bunch of chests and trunks and a bird cage that's empty. Just general stuff inside there.
Hey, hello? Is anyone home?
I'm looking.
No response.
He just walked out. It walked into the cart, so I'm looking onto the street, making sure no one walks by.
You don't. Nobody's really paying attention. You're in. Her wagon is parked a good distance away from the rest of the fair. Nobody's walking by here. Nobody's really paying you much attention.
Good.
Does there appear to just be one room within this wagon, or is there a door that leads to sort of under?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. To
There's
which?
a curtain
Just one
separating
room.
part of the wagon.
Well, if you are here, please say something. Otherwise, I'm going to peek through this curtain.
I would not recommend that, friend. She seems like a woman who values her privacy.
Yeah, she'll probably blast her ass halfway across Telfia.
Hey, this is nonsense. Everyone likes Stricazzo.
I'm not so sure at the moment.
I will again loudly pronounce my presence and then peer through the curtain.
On the other side of the curtain, you see a chair that is set up on top of a step. It's an ornately carved chair. It's empty. There's nobody over here. But there's definitely like trunks and things that if you wanted to continue digging, you could start prying through, since you already seem to have taken the step of invading her privacy.
Oh, I mean, the door just kind of swung open, but it's also rude to dig through one's personal effects, so Dracazzo is going to leave the wagon.
Alright.
As you walk
She is
out,
naughty.
you would notice something. It would catch your eye just sitting on top of one of the tables. It is... Oh, hold on.
He muted himself again.
Yeah, I'm reading.
Alright.
And what you see is a letter. And it's not folded up or anything. You can catch kind of the first couple of lines. It says, it's talking about, it appears to be from a farmer out west, talking about its harvest, and people are reporting strange crops, plants the like of which have never been seen before, while others in the area are reporting that their crop is perfect and untouched until they sink their teeth into them and discover nasty surprises. And
Yeah,
it kind of ends by saying, this happened after you guys left and we're curious.
After, some of that cut out. After we left and something?
Cures.
After the carnival left, and we're curious if you had anything to do with it.
I'm going to leave the letter there, but I'm going to report the contents of the letter to the group.
Curious. I wonder how long it takes for this carnival to leave a land behind. To what exactly it's leaving behind. Balvar looks into the fourth distance. Shakes his head and is like, alright, whose other personal effects must we complete today?
It sounds like you have a suspicion that perhaps the owners of this carnival are heretics.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, if the letter is... If my suspicions about this letter is true, that means they're totally stealing everyone's money and then driving away with it. Leaving the land to burn.
Wait, what does taking people's money have to do with strange occurrences with the crops? That does not follow.
Well, they take all the money and then they curse them, leaving them with nothing. No crops, no money. And in this world, you're pretty screwed after you've no food and no money.
So you're saying these people are just complete assholes who are going to curse people for no good reason?
I mean, what kind of sick fuck runs a circus?
And I can understand the appeal.
The last good circus was run by Hugh Jackman and no one else. And that was generations ago.
You are
Everyone else is
entitled
just
to your opinion.
Everyone else is just a con artist.
Yeah, I do think that this letter certainly warrants some investigation. Who do you think we should talk to about this?
I like your tinfoil hat, Fergrim. It suits you.
It is a very nice hat. But perhaps we try to find Isolde, or maybe we speak with the actual leader of this carnival, try to find out what is going on with these crops. Perhaps they have received more than one complaint.
I agree. The more evidence we collect is the more evidence we can collect. I can create a case for the church, and we can send the militarized, I don't know, the Ravens or the Game of Thrones equivalent. And then we could shut this whole operation down.
Just so long as there is a good fight involved, I'm game.
Alright. Where can, is there a central tent or something or other? That we can go speak?
No,
or
there's no,
do we have to go find
big
the
top.
supervisor?
This Isolde is the supervisor.
Oh.
And she's nowhere to be seen.
Who's the second supervisor?
That would be her. Shit, I don't want to say his name wrong. The H guy.
Sounds like a thug to me.
Is there anything we could look at in the tent as a clue where they went? Where we can find them?
You are free to take a look inside. I do not
Alright.
want to pry into a lady's personal effects.
This is a business of the church, so I think, yeah, I'm gonna roll a investigation. Oh boy. Why does it give me advantage? I put it on default.
No, it always does that. We just take the first number.
Oh, okay. Well, 14. Do I find anything in
So
the
you
cart?
think no, but your intelligence would suggest that perhaps this phenomenon is not not local to the area where they just left. Maybe this had happened in other places. Maybe it's happening right here where you are now.
Maybe we should look for the nature you possibly poison.
Yes,
Crops like that, or
that's a good idea, actually. Maybe the nature user, your possible mentor, could have some tips.
do that.
Yeah, let's totally do that.
There is so much intrigue here.
Indeed.
So what are we doing?
So
Go back
we're
and,
we're looking
look
for
the nature user. See if he's one poisoning
Aren't you
or
a druid?
he is. I am, but I'm looking for a mentor, right? That's what drew me to the carnival.
Okay.
Is there something I could do to point me in the direction without having to ask, or I think so, right?
Well, I think
Let
if we
me just look through my list here. I don't think there is a nature user. Like,
maybe I
there's no druids
just have
here.
misread.
The closest you might get. Yeah, no, there's no druids here.
Okay.
But maybe the mentor that you're looking for is your own experience.
That's deep. I turned to Klein's the nature user, correct? The druids. Do you have you seen anything of these poisoned crops and the like?
I have not.
Give me a nature check. Oh yeah. You're definitely
Nice.
feeling something
Oh my god.
happening. Like, not even just to the world around you, but it seems to be happening to all of you as well. Some kind of change, some arcane source is seeping into the areas where this carnival travels. And that force is called the twisting. What it's doing is so the twisting affects every living creature that comes into contact with the carnival. Good, evil, human, plant, animal. The effects can only be seen after extended exposure. But it reaches into the hidden depths of its victims' souls, using what it finds there to reshape their bodies. In a way, the effects of the twisting resemble power checks gone mad, warping bodies to reflect. Let me restart that. In effect, the twisting warps bodies to reflect inner flaws. However, it's not necessarily a negative thing. It usually has some benefits as well. And
Could it
it's this
essentially suck
sort of
someone's
energy.
soul out? If there's a soulless
No,
man,
not,
maybe.
it doesn't. No, so what's important to realize is the twisting doesn't ever rob a character of his or her vital abilities. Like, I'll give you an example. Once, so wary he was like a rabid guard dog, the wild man has a face and body covered in long, thick hair. His teeth have twisted into thick fangs, which he can use for a bite attack. And that was just because he was so wary of everybody else, like a rabid guard dog. So he became the thing that he was.
Sounds like this simply amplifies or personifies what the person is like, to make them to make their personality more apparent, perhaps.
good performers, but I can't imagine that's healthy. Common.
It depends, I suppose.
Right. That's a useful information. Thank you, Klein.
So maybe we should check her stuff then. Kazo might not want to, but I'm perfectly fine
Right.
going through her stuff.
I already tried to roll investigation, but if we beat it, maybe we could try to get that 20.
If you already rolled, can I roll investigation as well? Or not really.
By the way, you guys are going to be with the carnival and traveling
Okay,
with
so
the
we
carnival
might not want to anger them.
for a few weeks.
Okay, so we have time.
Yeah. We must pick our actions carefully.
It's this,
We ought to build a case against them. We must be very careful not to be kicked out prematurely.
One must be discreet, yes.
I mean, you can do anything that you want. It's not going to wreck anybody else's game if you piss off Isolde. It may wreck yours, though.
Indeed.
I'm going to hold off.
I would like to try finding her, though. She is the crux of whatever it is that we wish to do, apparently.
Yeah, she seems to be involved with pretty much anything. So.
Is there like a carnival barker who's around here? Some sort of manager who's, trying to make sure that all the acts are, doing what they're supposed to do, everything like that? Maybe not the absolute overseer, but kind of the general manager of the place.
That's this voice. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to the short and welcome to the tall, welcome angels, welcome fiends, welcome to all from walks between, welcome to the carnival. Step right up and lay your eyes on our menagerie of the macabre, our gathering of the grotesque, our collection of the curious, our festival of freaks. For a mere pair of copper coins, you can behold wonders beyond your wildest dreams and nightmares. Yes, that's right, folks. Just 2 thin coppers buys you a ticket to thrills and chilling revelations. Step right this way.
and through the first curtain.
You cut out Sage.
Well, welcome to the carnival, George. You can call me Tyndall. I'm the main barker for our acts, at least those who could use a little extra drama. Oh, there's Professor Picali over there past that big tent. He's the barker for all the real freaks, but he and his cronies are just a bit scurry, if you ask me. Stick near me and you'll do all right.
Sounds like the guy who's running the freak show is actually the person we want to talk to. But
You want to talk to Picali? That's all right. I'll be happy to introduce you.
Mostly, we're just looking for Isolde. She is not in her wagon. We are curious as to her whereabouts.
Do you guys want to see Picali? I'm for it.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, he would say when you start talking about Isolde, something. He also says you should never pry into the private affairs of a lady. She does her thing, we do ours. She makes the decision when we pick up and move, and nobody really knows when that's going to be. And she kind of protects everybody, but I know there's more to Isolde than playing shepherd to our flock. I've already mentioned the bit about how we travel following a random yet highly fortuitous path, and how at any moment Isolde might tell everybody to pull up stakes and move on. Sometimes when she gives that order, it feels as though she's avoiding something, as if the carnival is on the run. But I've also seen the glint of a predator in her eyes. Sometimes when Isolde declares it's time to go, I think she's on the hunt. But hunting who? And why? Maybe whoever it is that keeps posting those flyers. Beyond that, I don't dare to guess.
Wait, are you saying you don't know who is posting the flyers?
No one knows. I'm not even sure Isolde knows. It seems like sometimes you just obviously, there's a couple that end up on bar doors or in the town square on a posting board, but sometimes they end up, somebody was looking at something, looks away for a split second, and there's a flyer there when they look back. Or there was even one that was found on the inside of a castle jail cell. Nobody knows where they're coming from.
So
would you say that these flyers lower your reputation?
It sounds like free advertising.
Yes, but my poster was not exactly painting your circus in a good light, per se.
Ah, but you're here, are you not?
Yes, and I don't tend to spend money here. I tend to arrest heathens. I look at the dude with the microphone. Insight check to see if he's a heathen.
Okay.
Perhaps you should define heathen.
Someone who doesn't believe in I guess the one God who refuses the church and our rules. And I look at Dragazzo. This is a perfect time for me to get into my backstory, see? Looks at camera.
Please, don't let me stop you.
You got a point.
One day I was just a sniveling child, but a priest found me and said, I can make this man change the world. They made me stronger, better, a la Robocop, you could say. Put metal in place for my bones, for one purpose.
Yes, you are saying many things. I do not understand most of them, but I understand they are important to you.
Wait, did I actually get the XP? Because I got a piece of paper, I need to mark that down if I did.
Yes. Yeah, totally.
Sick.
About this time, you see Isolde striding up kind of to Tyndall as you're standing there talking to him. You're thinking, so this is her. She's leading a teenage girl with snowy hair and skin like bleached parchment, albino. Stopping abruptly, she waved the giant Hermos, that's the guy, to her side. Pull stakes, she firmly commands, now. Without a moment's hesitation, Hermos clapped his large hands, and in an instant the entire area was buzzing with activity as the denizens of the Carvel packed up their camp with startling speed. Tyndall taps Dracazzo's shoulder with his cane. "We must find you some transportation," he says quickly. He points to a violet wagon. "There. That is Madame Fortuna's wagon. Go there. Now."
Where are we going?
Nobody knows. You can ask the Madame Fortuna.
So that Snow White girl, she's still following her, right? The albino.
Yeah.
To get a get a better look at I don't know, just to see what's up with her, would I do perception or investigation?
What are you trying to discover?
Well, I believe she is an omen, and I want to see if my suspicion is true, and if she's...
Insight.
All right. $16.
You can interpret this how you would like. She appears to be about 16 years old. Blonde hair, white skin, pink eyes. She looks like she's recently been in some kind of a confrontation. She has rope burns around her neck. And she seems scared. I think that's pretty much what you would get out of your insight. She seems very scared.
Bolvar frowns, tightening his hands, knowing that can't do anything now, but when the church learns about this place, they're gonna shut it down real fucking fast. It looks over to Grazio. It's like, that girl, she does not want to be here. And so we have to keep moving to the Madame's cart.
Madame Fortuna's.
Madame
Yeah,
Fortuna's.
Purple
So-
cart.
So wait, okay. Just to recap, we have someone who we have this carnival that may be spreading diseases and may consist of heathens and is also potentially abusing a teenage girl.
Don't get your rocks off just yet, Decrozio.
Well, no, I'm just saying that obviously there is going to be some killing at some point, and I will be all up on that.
My eyebrow raises. Just don't make yourself more of a heathen than they are.
Of course not, of course not. But let us go to Madame Fortuna's cart. Do not want to raise suspicions just yet, yes?
Right. So we get there to the purple cart.
Yep. On the door of the wagon, there's a quote. It reads, "No mask like open truth to cover lies, and to go naked is the best disguise."
All right, I open the door for us to enter.
You walk in. Okay. Cool. Madame Fortuna is sitting behind a table, crystal ball. She's got piercings. She's very old. She's wearing a hood with, she's gypsy looking, Roma looking. Very long pointed fingernails filed down to sharp points. Lots of bracelets. The interior is decorated primarily in purple and gold. There's a shrunken head behind her. And she will say to you, "Greetings, Giorgio. Sit here before me." Oh, let me get my voice.
"Greetings, Giorgio. Sit here before me. There is no time to find somewhere else to stay. The carnival must move on, and if you leave this wagon, you surely will be left behind. Even now, the mists arise to hide our passing. Do you not see them licking at the window pane?"
I look out the window. There's mist.
What do you do here at the carnival? Your name is Madame Fortuna. I assume you are some sort of fortune teller, soothsayer, something along those lines. But please, tell me if I am wrong.
"Of course I know why you have come to me. I am Madame Fortuna, am I not?
I don't know. That's
It
what
is
other
not the
people say.
Giorgio's truth. It's not the Giorgio's truth that we gypsies all tell fortunes. Ha! Do not embarrass us both with your feeble attempts to understand my people. Just sit and listen. You may remain here with me while we travel through the mists. You can feel the wagon's motion already, can you not? I suppose you would like me to pass the time by reading your palm or telling you the secrets of your fate. Huh. Do not fool yourself. Indeed, I can see beyond sight, but such power is wasted on your kind. You Giorgios are so easily fooled. It is your face I read, as much as your fortune. I tell those who come to me what they want to hear, or what they need to hear, if I deem them worthy. But the whole truth is wasted on Giorgios. So, no. I will not read your fortune, but I sense such is not your true desire. You do not wish to learn about the future, for your eyes are filled with the glint of other questions. You are seeking knowledge of your present, and of the carnival's past. You wish to know about the twisting, and about Isolde. And you wish to know more about the Skura, why their faces, unlike my own, are painted white, and why their lips never utter a sound.
Actually, I was not wondering that because I was completely unaware, but you have me interested now. Also, you keep using this word Giorgio. Is that some sort of slur? I'm not quite sure. I'm sensing a negative connotation from it.
See, Giorgio. You are all Georges. It is simply what we call those who are not of us.
Millennials.
So, someone who is not a carny. I am glad to know what the term is now. Yes. But these people who have white faces and they do not talk, I was unaware of them. Are they clowns or something else?
They would not like that word.
But some people
They're
use it.
obscura. They would not like it.
Bless you, Madame Fende.
They are. But all these questions pale before the mystery of me. You wish to know how I read palms and how I can meet your gaze when all I have for eyes are fathomless pits that admit no light. She pulls back her hood a little bit and you see her eyes are very dark. Pah! Do not fear offending me, Giorgio. You are not capable of it. I will tell you all the truths you need to know, or only those you wish to hear if you prefer it. Even without eyes, I can see all that I need to see. When I came to the carnival, I was not as I appear now. My eyes glittered like violet gems, and I wore the scura the mask of paint that protects my kin against the twisting. But it also separates them. We're not truly accepted by your so-called troopers, as they call themselves. In their heart of hearts, the carnival's folks are still just Giorgios. Like all of your kind, they neither understand nor embrace my people.
So, Sage, Jacasio Patrice cast minor illusion of a wolf at her feet.
Yeah, does she react to that at all?
She waves a hand and it disappears.
Oh, yeah, this is very interesting then. But Madame Fortuna, if you cannot, or perhaps are unwilling to tell us our own fortunes, perhaps you could tell us the fortunes of some of your folk, yes?
No, child, I will not tell you our fortune. That is a truth you do not need to know.
Bolvar speaks up. What of that girl? The one of the white. With marks on her throat.
Yes, I have seen. Blasé, her name. I believe you will find her with the imp. And when we arrive at our next destination, you're welcome to ask of her anything you want. She is but a Giorgio like you.
But she
Let us
is
turn to your other
here.
concerns.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you see the deck of cards on the table before me? Cut the deck and tell me the card you pick. Do not fear the card's magic. I have already told you this deck holds no power. It is a simple tool used to guide the questions of those who seek my fortunes, and that is how I shall use it now. There are
Klein,
many
can we get
truths, Giorgio.
Arcana check on this.
A what check?
An Arcana check.
The card shall decide which truths will be revealed to you. I leave you to decide which truths you will embrace. Now, pick your card.
Fagrum, what class are you?
I'm a cleric. Tempest.
Alrighty. I guess. Man, boy, dude. Is she like making us do this, or can we abstain from the card drawing?
I mean, it's up to you.
I will draw the cards. Well, cut the cards, rather.
You are a gambling man. Most of
No, not so much. I'm simply a fan of presentation, and she is obviously a showwoman.
Very well. One decides their fate, I suppose.
Well, possibly the fates of all of us, but maybe not. We shall see.
These cards will decide what truths will be revealed to you. I leave you to decide which truths you will embrace. Pick your card.
So are we like taking them, like, are the faces up or are they the faces down?
Just say I draw a card.
I'll just draw a card at random.
Fine. I'll draw a card.
The charlatan. Those who hide behind masks and disguise their true motives. Those who live behind painted grins. The cards have chosen well, and for now I shall tell you of my kin, the Skura. You wish to know why they wear such horrid face paints. Why did the Skura not speak? These shall be the first truths I reveal. Perhaps our painted faces remind you of some Giorgio Harlequin. Ha! What you see as clown paint we call the Skura Vera. We understand its power, and you do not. The Skura Vera is what your Giorgio sages call sympathetic magic, an artless term for an ancient power. We hide behind those leering faces to make ourselves into monsters, so that the twisting will not. This is why I alone have been stricken with the twisting, while my kin remain whole. But the Skura Vera's power demands much. It is not enough to simply wear the paints. One must bury one's life completely behind the mask. It is no coincidence that those who wear the Skura Vera derive their name from the mask. The Skura must become one with the mask to survive. The wearer must never speak and must never reveal her true name. To proclaim her own identity while wearing the Skura Vera is to shatter its magic. If the wearer of the mask reveals her true self in any way, the twisting will claim the poor fool immediately, and the Skura Vera will never protect her again. The Skura must live behind their masks every moment they remain with the carnival. But once a month, on the night after the full moon, the Skura leave the carnival. We call this time the Luna Set. Its secrets are not for your ears, but I can tell you this much. During this night we gather the clays and oils we need, and we weave the enchantments that transform these simple pigments into our great and powerful guardians. No trooper has ever seen a Skura apply her face paints, and none ever shall. During the rest of the month, the mask must never be removed. You will see this for yourself in time. In the days after each Luna set, the Skura paints look fresh and wet, but by the end of the month, the Skura's faces are dingy and laced with fine cracks. One can only hold a false smile so long before it shatters. If you doubt the power of the Skura Vera, you need only to stare into our faces. Watch the twisting seep into this distorted, leering masks, desperate to find purchase in our hearts. Those who stare too long into a Skura's face have been known to faint, victims of the horrors they found swimming in our smiles. But blink and the effect will vanish. You will see nothing but a harmless, painted grin. There, Giorgio. You cannot use the Skura Vera to protect yourself from the twisting. It was created with our blood, for our blood. It has no power to hide one such as yourself from the twisting's touch. I know what you're thinking now. Tyndall has filled your head with nonsense, telling you that the Skura are ghosts who... Oh, that was the last group that I told that to.
You are telling us many things we do not know. Please, go
Tyndall
ahead.
is... I get confused. Tyndall has filled your head with nonsense, telling you the Skura are the ghosts of Vistani who failed their tribes in life, telling you that Isolde brought the Skura back from the land of death to protect the carnival in its travels, No doubt some trooper will also tell you the Skura conceal themselves behind false faces to hide from death, and not from the twisting. Ignore their Giorgio nonsense. Their truth is not my truth. My truth is the one you should trust.
So, just to clarify, the twisting is a problem for your camp. It is more or less restrained by the Skira who wear the Skira Vera. But you have, willingly subjected yourself to the twisting? Why would you do that?
So that I can be a voice for my people.
And yet I see many other members of the carnival who speak, but are they also subjected to the twisting? And the only ones who have not are the Skira? Is that what you are telling me?
They are not Skura. And yes, everybody else here is affected. But they are not Skura. Skura is a specific subrace.
So, you carry the twisting with you wherever you go. I imagine you realize how that becomes a bit of a problem.
Whether we carry it or it follows us, that is not a truth for your ears to know at this time.
But regardless of what the truth is, you spread this Skira wherever you go.
The twisting.
Yes, the twisting.
Call it whatever you want. You spread dark magic around freely. Bolvar stares and I think has a case. I mean, but anyway.
If that is your truth, then so be it, but it is not my truth.
I think you perhaps have a misunderstanding of what truth means, but I have one other question. How, perhaps I should say,
let me answer your
infectious.
question one more time. For many years now, the carnival has traveled, wandering down a road which has no end. When we make camp, we stay only a day or two, and never more than a week, lest the twisting begin to seep into the soil. Then Isolde declares it time to move on, and we Skura lead the wagons into the mists, as we have done this night. Isolde never directs our path, and we never set it. We simply follow the unseen currents. In our many years of travel, the carnival has visited all four corners of the world and many lands throughout, many lands thought lost in the mists.
But even this act of hiding in the mists is a sin in itself. Shielding yourselves from the eye of God above. This carnival itself is cursed.
It does indeed seem awfully convenient that as soon as the twisting arrives where you have been, you decide to move on and then spread it to other places.
Do you know the way to stop the twisting?
I know many things, but this is not one that even I, Madame Fortuna, have the answer to. It's above my pay grade, as it were. Perhaps Isolde knows. Perhaps she does not. Isolde has vast power, but then there are things in the night that even she has cause to fear. When she senses one of these terrible dangers is near, she can order the carnival to leave, and when our wagons leave, we vanish entirely, leaving no trail to follow. This is the gift the Skura give to her, and to the troopers in exchange for Isolde's protection.
So you're not necessarily spreading the twist, just following. Looking for someone in particular, or has it always been following you?
If you wish for this truth, turn your next card.
I take a card.
Ah, the Dark Lord. In this realm, there are forces of terrible evil, and they wield unspeakable power. This card signifies such creatures. Dark Lord describes them well enough for now. Here is your new truth about Dark Lords in the Carnival. I think perhaps you know something about these Lords of Evil, no? Perhaps you travel with them because you were hiding from one of them? And you well know the power such lords usually wield. You yet know this. Within the Carnival's camp, the Masters of Evil wield no power. If they are foolish enough to show themselves here, they will quickly discover that the Carnival follows the will of Isolde and no one else. Here they must bow to her. It is true, I have witnessed even the powerful Wizard Lord reduced to a mewling babe in the presence of our great mistress. How can this be? How can it be that Isolde defies the power of these wicked creatures? The answer is simple, Giorgio. She is much like them. Like the Dark Lord, she has forged a prison for herself with her own sins. And like the Dark Lord, she is the sole master of her own prison. But her protection extends only so far. That is why my kin always set up the wagons in a great ring with Isolde's wagon at the center. Were we to stray too far from her, her protection would fall away from us. Of course, the twisting would leave us too, for she and it travel as one.
All right.
Still more questions? Or do you have only one?
It seems that you have told us the truths that you can tell us. But to discover more, we must speak with Isolde.
So now we wait until you find another land to corrupt. Bolvar sits down.
Oh, by the way, one additional question I had. Is the twisting, shall we say, infectious? As in, are we subjecting ourselves to it by standing in this room with you?
Klein would know the answer to that to be yes.
Well, shit.
I look at Klein.
I confirm it.
Coolio for telling us this sooner. Anyway.
Then that means...
To be fair, I told you all. It seeps into everything, man, woman, human, or other.
Yeah, I wasn't sure of the transmission vector, but yeah, that makes sense. Well, then that means... It
It means you will
the
begin
people-
to change as well.
And yet you say that no one at this carnival is necessarily trying to spread the twisting. It just happens to follow you wherever you go.
Which follows Isolde.
Yes, Isolde certainly the question mark here. But you have also, we heard earlier, that whoever is distributing these flyers, attracting the people to your carnival, which happens to be spreading the twisting, you do not know who is doing that. It is some mysterious person. So whoever
Let
is...
us view your next card.
I'll take the card.
Ah, the Raven. Very well. It is time for you to know the Skura's truth about Isolde. I have no doubt that the troopers told you that they believe Isolde is a spirit of vengeance come to watch over them from beyond the grave. Ha! The troopers have no understanding of Isolde's power. They call her their guardian angel, yet they do not believe their own words. But that is exactly what she is. Isolde is an angel, an immortal being of great power, a force of limitless good. How do I know this? Madame Fortuna sees what needs to be seen. Perhaps you have heard legends of the paladins. Those tales are true. The virtue of paladins is so powerful that it shines like a beacon in the night, and evil beings falter in its brilliance. Isolde shines too, but her flame does not burn like a mere bonfire. No, she is like the burning sun itself. The forces of evil, the Dark Lords, can feel the white-hot edges of her power, but if they look directly into her light, it blinds them. Some of these Dark Lords fear Isolde's power and let the carnival pass. Other Dark Lords try to destroy Isolde and send their minions to end the agony her presence causes. Of course, Isolde destroys them. Sometimes a Dark Lord is so powerful that he has no fear of Isolde and comes to destroy her himself, but Isolde can sense his approach, and we are always gone before the evil can arrive. Her power stretches even further than this. Perhaps you have been told that Isolde is the source of the twisting. This is true, and yet she does not create it. She merely causes it. Her power and virtue are so great that this evil, tainted land cannot tolerate them, and it writhes beneath her feet. Anything and everything that remains too long near Isolde begins to warp and distort, as if reality itself shirks from her blinding light. Everything that is not shielded by the Screw Vera, of course. Isolde causes this reaction, but she fights it too, seeking to protect us. It is this tug of war that creates the twisting. If Isolde were to remove her protection, everything around her would warp and twist until it had become something much worse than a freak. It would become an abomination.
So this Isolde is so good that she's bad for the land about her.
It is the land itself that is bad.
And yet, in all of our travels to places that perhaps this carnival may have gone in the past, these transformations do not occur until after the carnival, and perhaps we should just say Isolde in particular, has already left.
Isolde's not there to fight the transformation.
In fact, it will not happen to you for another 6 days.
But what would happen?
It only happens when the carnival stays longer.
So that means that if we were to leave
If she's
the
here and gone in
carnival
2 days, no issue.
It still sounds to me like Isolde is intentional or not, more or less the cause of this.
Maybe she's just running from it. She can sense it. On.
Maybe she's running from her true self.
I stand up and like lean in to hopefully say something that maybe the madame won't be able to hear to Cozio. Keep in mind, these are her truths. I wouldn't be keen to trust her.
Of course, we must confirm. all
You
of
doubt
this.
my tale?
Fuck yeah. I
Perhaps
do.
you do not believe that an angel would freely come to our land of mists. You are quite correct. No celestial being would ever willingly enter this existence of pain and suffering, but Isolde did not come here willingly. She allows the troopers to keep their pretty view of her to assuage their fears, while in truth, she has fallen from grace. What must Isolde have done to be cast down from her lofty heights? It must have been terrible indeed, but it is not our place to demand answers from a being of such power. Isolde has been cast out by her kind, and she has been claimed by the mists, but that does not mean the embers of her virtue have died out entirely. The flames of goodness are not easily drowned in one such as she. She has sinned in the past, yes, but she is not like the other masters and lords in this realm. She does not wallow in her own depravity as they do. No, Isolde is not damned, for she has not lost sight of her path to redemption. Just as she was cast out from her kind, she now offers a haven to others like herself. She offers protection for those who have nowhere else to go. She seeks out those who have fallen into shadow, those who have lost their way, and sees that they do not wander down the path of evil as she must have done. By saving these mortals, by saving us all, she hopes to redeem her virtue. And when she does, this existence will be able to hold her no longer. When she is freed, those who have served her faithfully shall be freed as well. When Isolde finds redemption, she shall find it for us all. Ah! I sense that the wagon is about to stop and the mists have begun to part. It is time for us to part as well. I see you still doubt my revelations. You do not believe my claim that Isolde is a fallen angel, repenting her sins. Such doubt may be wise, Giorgio, for I have told you the truth, but it is not the entire story. When you have seen what lies behind Pakali's curtains, you will understand the justice of Isolde, and you may find your own truth about her, different from mine. This does not surprise me. We all see what we choose to see.
To be honest, Bolvar, it seems like you should have the most interest in speaking with Isolde.
Well, I mean, she literally just confirmed that if this was true, then she is a fallen angel, one of the most dangerous celestials, a rejected angel. We must be very cautious, for the battle would not end well. Period.
Yes, I am always up for a good fight, but
I
know when I'm out of my depth.
Now, I understand the level of heresy that is brewing here. I must soon take my finding to the church. Soon, they will know. And we will see if this fallen angel is true or not. But this revelation alone is enough to warrant entrance from the church.
Has the church told you anything about this twisting? It seems like rather a big deal. Maybe it's a bit of an oversight if the church has not heard of this.
Bolvar all of a sudden glances at you very seriously. Question the church.
Oh, perhaps not. Perhaps I'm simply saying that if this twisting is truly as bad as Madame Fortuna has said, then the church would have heard of it. And if the church has not heard of it, then perhaps she is embellishing the truth. Or perhaps the church is not giving you the whole truth.
If the church tells me what I must know, I am not one to make important decisions. I am a vassal for the church.
Sage, I had a quick question regarding the aspects. Even though it's under one god, do the aspects share information with each other regarding stuff like that or not?
So each aspect has essentially a bishop, and then high clerics, and then clerics, and then acolytes. They would certainly talk at the highest levels, but under that, if you see another cleric in the bar, you probably have a drink and chat a little bit, but they're sequestered enough so that this may not be shared, definitely at the lowest levels.
Yes, but
at the highest levels, it's all politics anyway.
With this level, with this intel, we could shut down the changing, or whatever it is called.
Twisting.
Whatever.
It sounds like a bit of a dance, actually, if you think about it.
I look at his rapier. Whatever you say.
I do not actually have one, but thank you for the assumption.
Well, your pog.
So we're
the
stopped now, right, Sage?
Right.
You are stopped.
Okay. Bowler's gonna leave the cart.
I leave the cart and I go to the tavern.
Okay.
Klein follows.
You step outside. The town you are in. Let me give you a description. The carnival's made another stop. The Vistani, the Skura, sorry, are already unloading everything, setting up the carnival. It's very, very quick to set up, so it's pretty much set up already. You can go and find the Harried Harpy, which is their meeting and drinking place. My description of this town's in another book. Give me a second and I will get it for you. Okay. Located on a large floating island, the village you are in you would know to be Rithpin. It's home to humans. It's a short distance away from Meridia, to the west. Hold on a second, I've got an old version up. Let me find the right book. Okay. The village itself looks quaint, with willow wood rooftops and shingle walls, and a great rope bridge connecting it to the shore. Rithpin has a charming atmosphere. The main attraction here is the ancient Mana Forge, which was built 3,100 years ago by elves, back when this entire region was forest. The Mana Forge was moved to the island by Meridia in order to keep it suspended above the river. In order to keep the island suspended above the river. They did that so that there could be easier trade down the Dragonfly River. Rithpin has a thriving economy, mainly supported by tourism. Its biggest strengths are the Mage College and its strong defense. However, Rithpin lacks people skilled in the trades like blacksmithing and carpentry, so if you wanted to have any work done to your weapons or armor, you'd kind of be out of luck. Despite its strengths and weaknesses, Rithpin is most likely headed towards a prosperous future. But this remains to be seen.
Alright, we're in the bar.
You are.
Yeah, so what's the cleric? What did the cleric want to do in the bar?
I walk up to the counter, and I sit down, and I ask for a drink. What?
A Skura
Yeah.
hands you a
Oh,
drink without speaking.
Alright. Is there a name of the drink? No name of
It looks
beer
like an
anymore.
ale.
Alright. I start drinking the ale. And then I mind my own business.
I'm gonna
okay.
look around to see if there's any other circus goers that are entered the bar. Oh, wait, also, this bar is a stationary. Also, yeah. This is not a part of the circus, right?
It is
I
a
presume
part of
it
the
was
circus.
giant-
It is
I presume
one
it
of the
was a giant-
wagons opens up into a bar.
Oh, how big is
It's
this?
standing room only outside.
Okay. Perhaps when you're finished with your drink, we should try to locate that professor character.
I. But first, let's sing a song. Give me a flagon.
Is this a song from your past?
A wagon. Oh, give me a flask or a pot or a pail.
I'm gonna give you.
Until I be snoring. A linked string that's Gura's ale. We march by day, we drink
All right.
by night. Through sun, snow, and gale. So have a round, a pint, or a glass, and drink that Gura's ale. If there be a table as broad as it's able, then sit down or a stump or a pail. While we war for king and hold, let's drink that Gura's ale. So bring on the ale and beer with fill, or Borlass our stories regale. Tomorrow we fight at dawn's first light, but tonight it's Gura's ale. Hey!
You get a point.
Bolvar takes a sip of water and pays for our drinks.
So, where are you all from?
Oh, I don't come from anywhere. I move around a lot. Many heathens or other divine quests to carry out.
So you're nomadic?
You could say that. I receive orders and I go to the place I'm commanded.
And you don't return anywhere? Like, you don't get leave or anything and go somewhere, you're just one mission after the other?
Indeed, unless I am wounded and to heal.
What have you, Drakatsa? Where are you from?
Oh, the great Drakatso is like a friend from many places. He has made his reputation at several different fighting pits, gladiatorial arenas, things of that nature. Everyone loves the great Drakatso and the show he puts on when he fights.
So,
But I've left that life behind, for the most part. There is a great force that has instructed me that I am meant for greater things. But, of course, it does not tell me this purpose directly. I must be worthy of it first. And to do that, I must seek out the strongest opponents I can find.
You seek the answers from your patron in combat.
Oh, that is one word for it, I suppose. Patron, yes, that works.
And you, Klein?
I was born in a place called the Glaive. When I was 5, my mother was killed, protecting me from people who didn't like my half-elven.
Oh, so you also have elven heritage.
I do.
Nice to meet a fellow bastard.
It is.
Well, bastard, tell us something about yourself.
I grew up in a town to the far north called Brookside. My father was a smith. He was decent at his job. I learned a bit from him. Still recall it mostly. I was a bit of an outcast. Like I said, I was a bastard and half elven inside, so not the most proper parentage, if you will. I spent most of my time in the forest, which is where I learned most of my skills. I hunted for most of my childhood, and that's all you need to know at the moment. It was a good childhood, but it didn't last. I'll leave it at that.
Indeed.
I'm going to ask some people around this bar if anyone knows where to find a decent shield.
Not here.
Alright, the
Um,
one on the
yeah.
back
So the
is the best shield you're gonna have.
Aye, same. I show my shield.
Same here. Hit it with
So
it with
the,
thumb a couple times.
Yeah.
So there have been a lot of people who are locals gathering around now as you guys sing songs and chat. The carnival's open for business. A lot of Georges floating around here. You hear the barker taking him through the spiel that he took you through. You see the performers lining up and doing their shows. But if you start asking some locals about buying a shield, it's like, what would we need shields for here? Like, we're on a floating island. If anybody wants to attack us, we just take the bridge down. We don't have weapons or shields here. We don't need them. Plus, the mages keep us safe.
I suppose that is what I would expect from soft island people.
Way to offend him into his face.
Hey man, we're
Alright.
just here to drink and have a good time.
Well, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. It is wonderful if that is the sort of life you can enjoy.
Well, I'll tell you this, laddie, it's a lot better than staying in the mines all the time. Henceforth, Magria is a dwarven city somewhere on the other side of Tidebreak. Yeah.
Yeah, in my travels, I've seen much worse ways to live. This carnival.
You guys look pretty geared. He would say to you, the local. You guys interested in doing me a
We're
favor?
not exactly from around here, friend.
I
Well,
myself. have
friend, the name. Shit, I had a name for him, but the name was 20 years ago. It'd be a different name.
I'm not your friend, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, pal.
And and this is gonna eat up the rest of the stream.
Yeah, we'll just end it there.
The name is Supervisor Ackerley. I'm actually sort of in charge around these parts.
Are you? Do you have any say of when if the carnival
Well.
enters?
No, we're just happy to have him here. This place gets a little bit boring.
I see.
We've heard great things about the carnival. We got the flyers. They showed up about an hour ago. And based on your time perception, by the way, they would have shown up before Isolde said, pull the stakes up, let's go now.
Right.
Do you recall who was sending them out? How they got here?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you recall who was sending them out?
The flyers. Who's sending? The flyers?
Nobody really got a good look at the person.
But it was
I
a
don't know that
person.
anybody saw. I don't know that anybody reported seeing a person. We really didn't ask questions. It's just like there was a flyer posted up on the bar door, posted on the entrance to the Mages College. Actually, a couple of the Archmages of the Archmages are probably floating around here right now. Apparently, there was a flyer inside the Mana Forge, which is a highly restricted area.
Well, this is awfully similar.
At this point, you would all start to feel a little bit sick to your stomachs. And You can make a con save if you would like to try to avoid this.
My
This
con is
effect.
pretty good, so I'm gonna try that.
Okay. Felord and Drakatso, you're not feeling super sick. Bolvar, Fogrim, and Klein. It feels like seasickness. And then you realize that the platform you're standing on, the island itself, is rocking back and forth ever so slightly. And it is the worst feeling you have ever experienced. Like you feel like you're standing on flat land, but the land's moving around under you. And it's worse than being on a boat. I mean, some of you may have spent time on boats. This is bad. And the supervisor, Ackerley, would look at you and be like, that old Rithpin seasickness I see. Now there's an herb that can help treat that. Stocks are a little bit low. If you guys wanted to go and explore a little bit while the carnival's in town, I think we could you don't know how long you're going to be here, right?
Right.
So you don't
I
want
don't
to
know
feel
about
like this
I
for
don't-
your whole time here.
I do not know about you, but this island is getting to me. If we were to enter a battle, I would not be at 100% efficiency.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, man.
Feels fine to me, but Strakatso also recognizes that he is in a better condition than most people. If you need some sort of help to get yourself in fighting shape, then Drakatso is more than willing to oblige.
I just need to clear my head. We're still outside, so I'm just gonna when we were talking about the albino, she was assigned to a certain group, right? A certain act.
She is with Claude and the imp.
This
you like to
imp
stop by and-
character that the Madame mentioned. I'd like to investigate.
Okay. So you can go over just in time to catch one of the barkers giving the spiel on the imp. Let me get that for you. If you scroll up in Discord to the last picture that I posted at 12:14 p.m., that's what you see standing there in front of you.
The guy with the face, right?
Yeah, the guy with the second face.
The guy with
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Lovely.
So he doesn't have an arm.
And the
He
spiel
doesn't have
goes like so. Where is it? Behold this handsome young man, so tall and well-shaped, and with such a pleasing profile. Surely he has broken the hearts of many damsels. Ah, but I hear you gasp as he changes his pose. Don't be embarrassed, everyone does when they see his flaw. That wriggling tumor growing along the left side of his face. Ah, that loathsome creature clinging to his neck and shoulder. Well, it's enough to turn a weak man's stomach, and yet we can't help but look at it, can we? So go ahead and stare. Behold that singular lump of flesh with its limp, half-formed limbs. That drooling slash of a mouth, those wavering, mismatched eyes. Be glad that you do not suffer from the same companion. It is the imp, that the curious and the morbid pay to see. How did a young man of such pleasing demeanor come to be shackled to such a horror? Simple. It's his brother. George, meet Claude. He's the handsome one. You'll find him a fast friend and an excellent listener. And when the twisting gets its hooks in you, he'll talk you through the worst of it. That semi-formed appendage of his is quite mindless, I'm afraid, but Claude can see through its eyes. It's a gift from the twisting. In fact, we build this whole act around that and pass the imp off as having its own identity. Claude wears a blindfold, and I have the Georges in the crowd hold up personal items. Then the imp whispers in Claude's ear, or so I cleverly claim, and blindfolded Claude tells the Georges what they're holding. A wee bit of puckery, I admit, but the imp drives the crowd wild. The imp also drove Claude's parents wild. He was a beautiful baby boy, or he would have been, except for that fleshy bit of baggage on his face. His mother screamed when she first saw him. The doctor offered condolences and said that cutting away the growth would kill Claude himself. The local cleric was summoned, and his advice was even more disappointing. After much contemplation, he ruled that since the growth had its own head, it had its own soul, and therefore it would be evil to kill it. In fact, the cleric ruled that they had to name both the growth and the baby to which it was attached. Thus did Claude become Claude. Now, there's nothing unusual about the moniker, except that he's no junior. Claude's father refused to let his first son share his name. As for the growth, Claude's parents dutifully named it as well, calling it, or him, I suppose, Importun. And in the local dialect, it means something akin to unwelcome guest. Folks began calling Claude's brother the Imp long before he joined the carnival. There's more, but we'll stop there.
All right. So we're not at the show. We passed the announcer giving the rundown on them.
Yeah,
right?
you're talking to him one-on-one now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gave the rundown, then you guys came up and he told you the real story.
Okay. I was hoping that we could, find where they are. So I asked him where their tent would be.
So the imp performs on a stage that unfolds from his own wagon. So there's a curtain behind him, that's the backstage area inside his wagon, and he's standing out on the stage, striking poses for the crowd, doing his blindfold routine.
Right. Are the others accompanying me, or am I gonna go look at this thing by myself?
I'll go along with you.
Yeah, I'll join you.
All right. So I guess we finally find his cart. So he's just there. Is there a show happening right now, or is he striking poses? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to perception to see if that prisoner girl is there.
Sure.
Skills. FX.
It's a great show. You really cannot take your eyes off the imp.
Damn it.
Hey, that's
How does he do it?
Stevie Wonder buff eye, matey.
I've never seen a man pose like that. So scandalous.
We check around behind. Alright,
Someone break my entrance. Yeah, let's check behind. After getting slapped, I get angry.
You check behind, and you see the girl sitting outside in a chair, drinking what looks to be like a Arnold Palmer, kind of a brownish, a very light brown, refreshing drink, ice. She's just hanging out in a chair behind his wagon, apparently people watching.
Wait, people watching
at the
her?
bar. No. She's people watching the crowds.
Ah, I see.
She looks like she's settled down quite a bit. There's still a bruise around her neck, but she sees you looking at her and kind of smiles at you. Still giving off kind of a nervous vibe, like it's not like a come talk to me vibe, but more of a smile of dismissal, like I see you, hi, goodbye.
All right, so is like she further in, or are we like within talking distance?
I mean, you're within shouting distance. You could
All
approach
right.
her.
I'm gonna get within questioning distance and be like, "Hello there."
Okay, she'll stand
I
up
am-
as you approach and say hello.
I'm Boldvar. I am a zealot of the church. I show a pamphlet equal to a badge. And I was having questions. I have questions for you about my investigation.
Yes, I saw you back in Meridia. Are you do not appear like the others of the carnival.
No, I am not from the carnival.
Or perhaps
I
you
serve-
do.
I serve the church.
How did you get your
Georgians,
face to
like
look
yourself.
so strange? I've never seen someone who looks quite like you before.
Indeed, I am not the most common of people. Rest assured, I am human, but I have
Are you,
I've undergone
what is your
many
act?
changes. I do not have an act. Many say that my act is killing, but I like to think that I bring more to this world than violence. Anyway, I couldn't help but notice the bruises on your neck. Are they like rope bruises?
Yes. Yeah.
I see. And the culprit that tried to hang you.
A mob in the town of Meridia just this morning in the first session.
I see. And this mob.
It's the strangest thing. I knew that my suitor would save me. I'd only met him once before. And then he sent these adventurers in to protect me, and I didn't want to go with them because I knew he would come. And then they stole me away and brought me to him, and I guess I'm just the luckiest gal in the world.
The adventurers brought you to your
yeah,
suitor.
Yeah, they brought me back to the carnival.
They have a
I'm sure if you'd like to talk to him, he's given a show. He'll be
Your
done in a
suitor.
minute. You can talk to him.
Your
Yes,
suitor,
Cloud.
Claude, the imp.
No, the man. Yes,
Is Claude the one
I did not
posing?
know that he had. Yes, I did not know that he had the baggage, but I am not perfect myself. She's albino, and so I don't judge him for it.
I see. That is a noble thing of you. What is the conditions of this marriage? Was it arranged?
I met him several years ago. He was maybe the only person who I've ever met who actually cared for me. And I just knew he would come back one day.
I see. And while traveling with your suitor, had you noticed anything strange?
I just joined today.
Right.
I've seen less than you have.
Very well. Thank you. I have no more questions. Yeah.
You,
That is-
you have a remarkably good disposition for someone who was nearly hanged today.
Isolde saved me. She saved me from the mob. The adventurers tried, and the mob surrounded them. They tied me up, hung me from a tree, and there Isolde was with one of her jugglers. The juggler threw a knife and cut the rope, and she backed 30 men down by herself and brought me back here.
30 men, you say? Hmm. Well, Bolvar, perhaps we should speak with this woman.
Indeed. I'd also like to locate these adventurers she spoke of. Perhaps they could be of use as well.
I mean, it was the AM session, so like,
Oh,
you can just ask them in Discord.
okay.
Right, madam, do you know why they were trying to hang you?
Yes. There have been raids on the village by these, they were calling them night people. And as far as I understand it, the people of the town became convinced that it had to do with the carnival, and it was the flyers that, you know, they were suspicious of me because I received a flyer. But I think the adventurers discovered that the night people were raiding the town for me because they were also albino and like goblinoid type things, and they saw me as a queen, but I know nothing of them. They just liked how tall and pretty I am, I guess.
You said you only just got here today? You've been here for a while. Whoops.
Yeah, you saw her walk up.
Did you have any
But you
say
met-
in this matter?
Oh, I wanted to come. My suitor is here.
Indeed.
Isn't he just the most beautiful man you've ever seen? I think I love
Can I
him.
check if there's some sort of enchantment or something on her?
I don't know. Can you?
Is that... I don't know.
It's an Arcana check to see if anything magical happened.
Yeah,
You could make an Arcana check.
yeah.
Is assisting a thing in this? Wait. If assisting's a thing in this, he can. That means I can give him an advantage, and he would be able to get that 21.
You can roll to assist. Well, okay, so you can't assist in an Arcana check.
All
You
right.
can assist on things like athletics, acrobatics, but Arcana, there's no way to assist on.
Okay. Put a magic.
You
Another
can't
magic
detect
user
any kind
can?
of enchantment. No.
Okay. Fagrim, do you want to take a shot at that?
Okay.
I think that maybe she is just smitten. There's no reason to be so suspicious, yes?
I think they like each other just the way they are. Sometimes in life, you just you just met that special someone.
Perhaps.
You know?
But I have my suspicions. This place is not a place of coincidences.
I suspect you
Well,
have
if there's
a
anything
great
I
deal
can
of
do for any of you, you guys are, you were so helpful. Your fellow adventurers essentially saved my life. Brought me all the way back to the carnival where Isolde could actually help. So if there's anything I can ever do for you, let me know. I mean, I'm not strong, and I'm not tough, but I can pour a decent beer.
Then you'd be a very helpful asset to Fagrim.
It is a useful skill.
As they say, poor nails an art form.
I doubt it, but if you say so. And, alright, so, do you guys want to wait till the imp is, done to question him? Or do you guys want to do anything else?
Can we ask her if she can go get what's her face?
Doubt she can get him off the stage.
Claude?
I thought you guys wanted to talk to Solvar.
Oh, Isolde?
Yeah, but she's like head lady. We could try to find her, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
she just
that's
saved, like, she just took this person in, so I presume.
Right.
She's a
I
family.
imagine we only have a couple hours before they decide to move. Once again, we should make haste if we plan to find Isilde.
Okay, where are you going?
I guess we'll ask her if she knows where Isolde is.
No idea.
Of course.
I literally got out of this wagon. My suitor told me that he had to do his act. I said, okay, I'll go sit outside and enjoy what I hope to be the rest of my life. Isolde left after, when she said back at the stakes last move, Claude brought me back to my wagon, and she went back to hers.
Oh. Well, in that case, we know her wagon. Maybe we should see if she's inside.
Indeed. Let's go. Alright.
Alright,
Give me...
back to Isolde's wagon.
Who's got a passive perception over 15?
Ha.
Not me.
Okay.
Where is that? Real quick.
It would be, it's 10 plus your perception skill.
Here, give me a sec.
So you would need to have, I believe, like a 17 whiz and proficiency in perception.
I think the only way you could beat a 15 is having expertise.
My passive perception is 14, so no.
Yeah. I mean, okay, yeah,
That's,
so you'd have to...
that's fine. I'll fudge this one. I'm making the numbers up as I go anyway. 14's pretty good. As you approach Isolde's wagon, you would notice a couple of things. First, the door is shut. It's not swinging open before you as it did the first time. And Lieutenant, that's Faloran, right? Lieutenant?
Sorry, what?
Yeah. You're Faloran?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Faloran, you would hear something from inside the wagon. It appears to be a conversation. But I think there is a strong chance you don't know the language.
Yeah, probably not. What's the language?
You don't know it. It is not common, elvish, goblin, or dwarven.
Is it celestial?
Do you know Celestial?
Absolutely.
It is Celestial.
So do I.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
That's
she is
awesome.
supposed to be an angel, so that would make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
But of course,
Man.
you can learn Celestial without being an angel.
Indeed.
But either way,
So
it is.
Can
The conversation
I be,
is happening inside in Celestial.
All right. Can I be alerted to
Roll a
hear
perception
over
check.
here? Damn. Alrighty. I just closed out on my character sheet once again.
Sage, can I roll 2 since I know Celestial?
Jesus Christ.
Sure.
Alright, perception. It's not good. Oh my god.
There you go.
All of a sudden, Bolvar just turns, hearing the ancient tongue of the gods. He knows that dialect anywhere.
She is apparently having a conversation. There's a couple things you would notice. Her celestial is not very good. But the person she's talking to is greater celestial. Like, she's definitely talking to a god or an angel or someone who lives in that plane. Hers is not so good. She is talking about let me see, where did that page start? She's actually talking about the letter that was in the trailer. And she was saying, how can this be? I'm so sorry this happened. I feel so bad for those people. But did they not bring it upon themselves? Are they not all evil to some degree or another? Yes, many of them suffer at the hands of evil and petty tyrants, but do they rise up? Do they say no? Do they try to stop it? And that's kind of the conversation. It's at that time when you all go deaf.
Sick. Can I resist this?
Yes. Make a wisdom. It's a charisma save.
Oh, alright.
You fail. Would anybody else like to try?
Yeah, I'll do a charisma.
Are we all subject to this effect?
You are all deaf.
I feel like
Well, I guess we just sit there because this campaign is over. If everyone is deaf. I can no longer hear DeGrazio's good voice act.
Going to start talking.
But there are a
notice
couple of things you would notice. You're deaf, but the world seems much brighter, is maybe the way to describe it to you. Much more present, like you'd been asleep your whole life, but are now alive, finally awake. And looking around, let me find the paragraph. The Skura, they never talk, but you can understand them. And it's not that they're speaking, but they are communicating with each other through seems like they're slipping hidden messages into innocuous gestures, into dance movements, into their music that floats all around you, which you still hear. It seems like they use their melodies to send messages across the carnival.
So we understand these things and like hear them, or do we just comprehend them now?
You hear them. You can.
Right.
You get it. It's like you have the language. So, for example, you see like two Skura over there dancing for a George, and they look like they're just dancing and he's having a great time, but they're actually talking about him in great detail. Talking about it. Hey, this one looks rich. Maybe we should stick around for a while. Yeah, well, he seems to be liking the dance. You think it's time for us to put the palms out, ask for a copper? No, ask him for a silver. See if you can get a little bit more out of him.
So
that kind of
If we
thing.
start dancing, does that mean we could?
I dance. This is bullshit. Should I roll a performance check?
Sure.
Oh. I communicated
Every
very
single
good.
squirrel in the place turns and looks at you.
Great. That's perfect. How do I ask them to someone else do another dance now that the attention is on us? This is all calculated.
I think
Someone preferably.
I think
with
one of them
charisma.
dances. One of them kind of sends a shoulder shrug that seems to communicate. What'd you say about Isolde?
If I'm able to get that much, Jacazio, you're a warlock with charisma. Let's have you be our dancer.
I'll go ahead and start dancing. As I do so, I'll also cast Minor Illusion a couple times to create the sound of someone saying, "Isolde is great," in a few different corners of the area.
Okay.
Jeez, are you proficient
All right,
in
they-
performance?
Yeah.
Nice.
All the Georges are startled by this, and a couple of them run away. But the booming voices from all around is definitely not something you expected to hear at a carnival. But they all so they go chasing after their Georges, trying to get them to pay attention to them again, and you are very quickly forgotten. And after a moment, your hearing starts to return.
All right.
Would you like to
I
put your
communi-
ear on the door again?
No, I don't care to. I mean, all right. Which one was the other one who speaks Celestial?
The two clerics, all are bargain.
Okay, so we both, I guess the majority of us know what they said. So clearly there is a divine being around here near us.
What were they saying?
The lady was apologizing for causing the corruption. Her celestial is very stale.
He was apologizing, but not apologizing at the same time.
Indeed. Excuses.
Pretty much a TLDR was, she's sorry that the crops and stuff are getting bad, but essentially she's making it up that if everyone's evil, they kind of deserve it. On those lines.
Yeah, that's awfully pretentious.
Indeed. She is quite a
Just
bitch.
like a religious person.
Yeah.
Yes, he has quite a lot of zeal, apparently. Well, do we want to try talking with her? She's obviously in the middle of a conversation and does not want to be interrupted.
Indeed. I recommend that we follow another line of this investigation. Hence that we are not deafened and left communicated with dances and frolicking.
I mean, I'm fine doing that, but I
I'm
understand
not.
you may not have a sense of rhythm. It is understandable.
Indeed. I understand the rhythm of combat, not much else.
Did you want to do something about this motion sickness of yours?
I don't know, is it giving me any minuses to my stats yet?
You are poisoned.
Indeed, I would very much like to do that. I am feeling much worse. And what about the others that failed the,
All are
save?
poisoned.
Oh,
Well,
While you are on this, so you don't have to do anything about it, but while you are on this island, you will have the poison condition until you go and get the The chemical or the herb was called worm blood. Sorry, worm bloom.
What does that do?
That's much
Poison?
nicer.
Poison.
Really screws us. It makes us like have disadvantage on pretty much, yeah, on attack rolls and ability checks. So
Alright, then let's go get that.
yeah, let's deal with that.
There's 3 of us, I think, that are affected, right?
Yeah, it would.
I thought poison was like poison damage.
No. Poison damage is its own separate type, but poison condition
Yeah,
does something different.
there's the condition and there's poison damage. Anyway, yeah.
Right.
So where can we find the herbalist?
You can find the herbalist in town. You go into town, you talk to the herbalist, say, I need worm bloom. She's like, great, we're low on supply. Here's where we get it from. You guys go and grab it. The place where she describes is a underground cave system. It's called Worm Bloom because it grows underground.
Right.
Sound good?
All right.
Yes, let us do this.
Let's do it. Have to move quick. 45 minutes. Let me grab my map real quick. Boom.
All right. I am not feeling at the best when it comes to combat. I recommend we try to skirt it to see if we can get this cure. How are the rest of you?
Oh, I am feeling fine and chipper. But
So
again, I understand.
So, the poison condition will not apply here. This is off island. So
Oh, okay.
you will no longer feel seasick when you go into the area. Now, here's a question that I did not ask. Which of you have dark vision?
Half orc. I got
Say your
dark
names.
vision.
Don't say me.
Klein does. Well,
Lauren.
Bolgar.
Drakatso does.
Are you the shadow? You're Hexblade.
Yeah, I'm a half elf.
Okay. I forgot. I thought you were Shadow for the Shadow
Oh.
one from.
That's a
everybody-
sorcerer.
Oh right.
Is that everybody but Fargrim?
I'm a dwarf sage. I have
Drakat? You do? Drakatso, do you have dark vision?
Yep, I'm a half elf.
So everybody has dark vision.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Let me get everybody to stand still for just a minute while I set up observers. So these things will be following you around. You can just ignore them. It gives vision to twitch. It's like a camera.
All right. Let me put myself on an actual cube. Alrighty.
And now let me really quickly
So the stairs are where we
grab
came
the
from.
encounter list. Right. All right. You may proceed forward.
Okay. Bolvar is going to take the lead.
What do you see, Bolvar? You see a couple of creatures out in front. They don't appear to be aggressive towards you.
Can I identify what they look like? Because I can't see them on my
Give me a
screen.
nature. They appear to be spiders. Pretty big, about 4 feet long.
I call over the druid, who's probably proficient in nature. What do you think?
See it?
Okay, it's the little silver.
little square.
thing. Yeah.
What can I even do? Honestly, I don't know.
Nature
You
check.
can make a nature check if you wanted to know more. These are wolf spiders. They are just generic beasts. They're not necessarily super dangerous. But you're definitely going to want to watch out for the webs. And not going to want to touch the webs per spider physiology. That will cause them to attack.
I'm gonna roll a perception to see if there are webs that I can't see.
So you think you can slide kind of in this general direction?
Right. Alright, everyone. Follow me. We don't want to touch their webs, like Klein told us.
Can I go ahead and go stealth?
Oh, Klein just hit a web.
God.
Nice going.
I'd still like to go stealth.
I thought everybody was gonna line up.
Okay, you can roll a stealth check.
Well, Bova, it was a nice idea.
It's fine. It was just his information.
There we go.
So this grouping thing, that's like all of our that's just our initiative plus.
That's
went into-
initiative. Yeah,
Also,
Alrighty.
I have advantage on initiative rolls.
so you can roll again if you would like to. But seeing as you're all going before the spiders,
Yeah,
might not be
doesn't
that
really
important.
matter then.
Alrighty. I'm not gonna rage. There's no point.
You guys want to just start going on a spider every time?
Well, how? It's the spider's turn right now. Let's see, like, I don't want to like blow
No, it's not.
anything.
It's your turn.
Let's-
They
Oh,
move
Yeah.
forward.
Well,
They're attacking.
right. Okay. It's not letting me select my dude.
Make sure you're on the pointer icon.
Pointer icon. Right. Thanks. All right. Think I'm going to move here, and well, yeah. I'm gonna take a swing with my flail. Weapons. Where does it say? Okay, yeah. Attack. Damn.
So you need to have both of your rolls in there, advantage and disadvantage. So I don't know how you turned that off, but you need to turn it back on. Leave it as default. That's a miss. Fellow.
Okay. It's Forlorn's turn.
I'm just gonna take a shot at that one, if I can. Do bodies provide cover in this?
No.
Okay, so can I shoot that one?
You can.
Okay, then I'm gonna draw my longbow and fire a shot at it.
Yep. It is bloody.
Okay. And that's all.
Here's your chance, Tricazzo. Show everybody what you've got.
Alright, Tricazzo is going to move in for the kill with his two-handed quarterstaff. 11?
Miss.
Aw.
Okay.
That's it.
Let me show you how it's
And you're
done.
gonna fight the brute.
Let me show you how it's done. I opened my notebook.
Says the guy with 2 magic items already. Sacred Flame! It's a clean hit. Are you attacking the same one?
Yeah.
It's kill. Klein.
Can I entangle the other one? Or try
Do
to?
whatever you want.
Like with
I
a
wanna-
spell?
Yeah, I want to try to entangle it. Oh.
Sacred
roll?
Flame kill buck. That's pretty good.
I do,
Fargrim's playing this one anything like the last time he played, in the game where he killed everybody. He's keeping a tally of how many Sacred Flame kills he gets.
Oh, nice.
who do I roll in order to see if it hits for a spell?
Cast the spell.
Okay.
Did you set it up in your spell book?
Yeah.
Okay, well, click it and we'll see what happens.
Oh, okay. Alright.
It's probably a DC. I believe it's a strength save. Okay, so you need to tick some other stuff in there. So the tick boxes, you'll need to tick saving throw. What do you mean observers aren't following? Yeah, they are.
Okay. Saving throw.
Oh, I got you. And then damage, I believe, or description or something. Basically, just need to give me enough to know what the spell does.
Okay.
How do you guys do the little emote thing? Y'all do.
\me and then whatever text.
Right. Thanks.
So you're going to want to choose Druid DC
Good.
so that it calculates it correctly.
Yep. In there.
Anyway, he's entangled. Bolvar. Make a
Alright.
strength save.
Okay. Dude. Core stat, strength, save. Nice.
You're also entangled. The spider will
Nice.
attempt to break free. "12 probably won't do it. Bolvar, your turn. You are
Okay.
restrained.
If I try to break out of it on this turn, will it end my turn? Or will that be my
Yes.
action?
That is a action.
All right.
be an
So
action.
this is. I have disadvantage, but I'm just gonna. It's whatever. I'm gonna try to throw a javelin at it.
It will cancel out since you're both restrained.
That's true.
Damn. What is this? This is my rolls.
We gotta move a little quicker. Valoran.
Just another shot with my longbow.
Okay. Drakatsu.
And Drakatsu is going to move in and attack with his quarterstaff. There we go.
And he's dead. Done. So, Klein can drop that spell and Bolvar will be freed.
Ugh. I appreciate the thought. Right.
There are spiders. Wonderful.
Well, that went well.
I'm gonna, I mean, fine. I guess I'll investigate this guy's corpse.
It's a spider.
Yeah, I'm just like, does it got anything?
Stuff doesn't have loot in this game.
Right.
There's no gold, and magic items are earned through treasure points.
Okay.
So here you would see a couple of like discarded, like somebody had clearly been living here for a while. It's kind of at the entrance to a cave. It looks like it's been a while since they were here, but their tent is still around, as are like a backpack and some clothes.
Can I rifle through the backpack and see if they left anything important?
You certainly can.
Do you want to check for that? So what do you want?
Stand back while he does that.
No, I don't need anything. I just need to roll initiative because that backpack was a mimic. Because I'm an asshole.
Of course it was. Okay. Fine.
Mimic pack.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be a dragon devourer.
Wow. It goes.
Okay, roll that initiative.
Well,
Hey.
won't he do that like automatically? Oh boy, I'm rolling poopy.
I'm gonna.
So you can roll your
use
advantage now.
advantage. Okay.
There you go. So Bolvar is grappled by the mimic, yes? Or is that who opened the pack?
That was.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
So I'll be.
Who was that?
It was Faloran.
Dracazzo? Faloran, okay. So Faloran is grappled.
I'm grappled.
You are grappled by the mimic. There's your grapple. And it's going to reach out a pseudopod and pop you. Oh, no, wait. It's just going to bite you because you're already grappled. 24 to hit.
It's.
10 piercing damage.
Oh my goodness.
Are you dead yet?
I am at 1 hit point.
At that.
Oh, cool.
Dracazzo.
As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on this thing, imposing disadvantage on strength checks. And I'm going to move over here and
Okay.
attack it two-handed with my quarterstaff. Is a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so 10 bludgeoning and 4 necrotic damage from the Hex.
Great. Klein.
Okay, so who's weak?
Faloran.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
am.
want to try to
I'm
heal.
on hit point.
I have healing word, 60-foot range.
Yep. You can go in and cast that. It's just a d4 plus 1. So you need to make sure you fill out your spells correctly.
Thought I did.
So 5 HP.
Come on, checking.
Okay.
Fargrim. Sacred Flame. Clean hit. 8 damage.
Nice.
Valoran.
Alright, so do I have to. What is it? Is it a strength check or athletics to get out of the grapple?
Athletics or acrobatics. It's an escape check.
Ooh. Acrobatics, okay.
If you hold your action, I can help you get out on my turn. If the mimic doesn't act before me.
No. Wait, who are you?
I'm Bolvar.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll go after. I'll hold my action until Bolvar goes, because he's
So
right after.
you can't hold your action, but what you can do is ready an action to attempt to break free after Bolvar lends assistance.
Okay.
So that's how it's phrased.
It'll be. I'll do
Alright.
athletics afterwards.
And that is your
After that.
reaction. So Bolvar, you can assist
Okay.
him.
Okay, so I'm
You
going
make an
to.
athletics or an acrobatics check.
Me?
Oh, actually, no, you don't have to.
Yeah, right,
You can
I'm
just
just-
say I assist.
I'm going to switch to my greatsword and then a Swiss.
Okay. Go on and make your check to see if you got free, Faloran. You will not have
Oh.
advantage because you would have had disadvantage before, but you canceled out the disadvantage and failed. And the mimic will bite you. 22 to hit for 10 piercing damage.
I am unconscious.
You're at Drakatsu.
Drakatsu is going to keep on swinging with that quarterstaff. 19 hits, so yeah, 9
Clean
bludgeoning,
hit.
3 necrotic.
Klein.
Gonna
So,
move in.
Hex didn't help with the attack rolls.
Attack.
Oh, she's there.
Oh, okay.
So Hex imposes disadvantage
Right.
on ability checks, and attack is
I was-
an ability check.
I was reading. Yeah, I was reading it. That sucks.
Fargrim.
Yeah, I'll just fuck it. I'll just Shots down. And then I'm gonna use Sacred Flame.
Okay. Miss Valoran.
So does that bring me back up
Yeah.
to 7?
Yes, you'll have 7 hit points.
Okay.
You are prone. You are grappled, which means you cannot stand up because your speed is 0 because of the grapple.
Ah,
So is it grappled? Is it just grappled, or is it anything else?
Just grappled.
But he is prone.
Not
so he
restrained,
does-
just grappled.
But he's prone, so you got disadvantage on attack roll. So we could try that thing. We could try it again if you want. I don't know. What you
sure. I'll
want
ready in action to try and escape,
to do? All right.
I guess.
Bolvar will assist again, trying to pry its jaw open.
Okay.
so go
Valoran,
ahead.
Take your reaction. You succeed.
Oh,
You are no longer grappled, but you are still prone.
I am still prone. Okay.
Is his speed no longer 0?
Yeah.
So can he
His
stand
speed
up?
would be no longer 0. No, because it's not
So
his
can
turn.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Your
that
assist
was
happens
my
on your
action.
turn.
Okay.
It was your reaction. Your action was to ready.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
anyway.
Okay.
But he doesn't have advantage on the attack roll anymore. And a mimic is low int, so I think probably the most damage has been Drac. So he's gonna launch a pseudopod at Drac. 14 to hit,
That hits.
8 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
Great. Alright, well, I'm just gonna hit him right back with that quarterstaff then.
Hit.
So 14 total.
Klein.
What's your HP looking at?
Almost dead. I cannot survive another hit.
Alrighty. I guess I'm gonna try to go for a killing blow with the great. Because you, you didn't try to break out. It's whatever. Or can I roll to use an athletics to pull him out?
You can.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna attack.
Hit. Fargrim. Sacred Flame. Hit. Valoran.
Alright, so it's half movement to stand up.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand up, and then I'm gonna attack with my short swords. And if I'm right about this, I get one normal attack because I have dual wielding short swords. So I have one normal attack and then one without my ability bonus.
Right.
Oh.
One without proficiency.
Yeah. Oh, without proficiency?
Yes.
I
You
thought
just
it-
offhand would
don't. You
be
just don't add your.
non-proficient.
Yeah, you just don't add your ability bonus
So-
to the damage of this bonus attack.
Yeah.
Untick the proficiency box next to your weapon.
Okay.
That'll roll
I
correctly.
unticked. I
So
unticked
you'll have another weapon.
plus stat, but so it's just
There's a proficiency
okay.
bonus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So that's okay. No.
It's a miss.
And do I still add to damage, or is it just to hit?
No, you don't. On your offhand, you just don't add the modifiers, unless
Okay,
it's negative.
okay.
If you click proficiency off, everything is right. Yeah.
And
You stick the sword straight through the backpack and rip it to shreds.
oh, okay. Okay. Well, that went. Right. Well, that went well.
But it was better than it could have been.
You
Yeah,
have a giant. You have teeth still stuck in your chest. Jakatsu.
I do, but I can fix my armor, and I am not dead. Therefore,
But,
it's not as bad as it could have been.
yeah, we both have teeth sticking out of our chests. It happens sometimes. It's not.
All right.
It's just one of those things.
All right. I guess we can't do anything with the body, so we should keep moving.
Yes, to the south or to the east.
You could
Note to self.
empty it out and see what's inside.
Oh, I thought there was no loot. I loot it.
Inside are intestines, and they spill out all over your boots. A liver drops out and bounces across the floor.
All right.
It's a mimic. It's actually a living creature.
Yeah. I figured. All right. I move on.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to add some surreal horror
somebody
to the
stop
game.
Me
so-
the next time I. Somebody stop me the next time I try and open those things. Just please stop me.
I'll just say mimic, and that should stop you. Do we continue east to commit to our path, or do we stray from it to the south?
I don't see why not.
Alrighty. Ugh. Oh boy, this is very large.
Yes, to the south.
That pointer, what's that? Something. That should have been
That's me recentering Twitch.
right.
This place feels a bit barren, don't you think?
I do wonder how this is the place that has the medication. And now no
Let's
one has
stop.
seen. Oh,
Yeah, where's the other dude?
Further north.
Pretty far behind.
Hey.
If you'd like to roll your advantage, you can do it now.
I think I'll stick with the 22.
Okay. Should be pretty
Oh.
self-explanatory.
bats. Oh no.
I was born in a mold.
Valoran, you're up.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna attack.
That is a hit. Does half damage because it's a swarm.
Oh, right.
Klein. Klein, you just want to run towards your party?
Yeah.
Klein doesn't see anybody. Oh shit. Okay. Klein dashes towards the party. Fargrim.
Where the bats at? Up or down, left or right? Anybody know where the bats are?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
They're to the left. They're west
see 'em.
of where Bolvar is. Yeah.
Save. Actually, they have to. They're swarms, so they gotta land on ya. Ooh, that's a crit on Bolvar.
Sick.
11 damage. And 22 to hit Trakatso for 4 damage.
Trakatso goes down.
Oh shit. Bolvar.
All right. I'm gonna enter rage. And I guess attack these bats with a great sword. All right.
Trakatso, death save, please. Come on, 20. That's a success. Valoran.
I'm gonna run forward and attack. Actually, I don't know if I can get there. I'm gonna run forward anyway. I have 30 feet of movement, so... So I get to there, and then I have to stop. And I'm gonna take another shot with my longbow.
The one on the left or the right?
Which one is attacking Drakatso? Or just attacking Drakatso?
The right.
Okay, and I'll
So why
attack
did
the one on
Jukatsu
the
delete
right.
his token? That's a hit. Half damage.
Yeah.
Fargrim.
If you give me a little bit of healing, I can last a very long. Because right now I have resistance to physical damage. Alright, that puts me at 9.
And I'm gonna cast on the one
Okay.
on top of Bolvar.
You can take an attack of opportunity if you like Bolvar.
Oh,
Roll
right.
it.
Yes. For sure. Greatsword attack.
That's a miss.
So, okay, so it's definitely not... Wait, does that green mean it's counting my... That's max damage? Because if so, then it's not getting my bonuses in there.
No, that
'Cause-
just means that one of the dice was maxed.
Oh, okay. Alright. No, now I can...
2 misses.
Alrighty. I didn't know you can hover and see the math.
What's the plan, Bolvar?
Sorry,
you.
I did not realize it was my turn. Apologies. Yeah, I'm gonna attack this one. The one, on top of me. Attack.
Hit.
Alright. Oh. Also, that's... Sorry, that's gonna add +2 damage because of rage. I don't know how I could add that.
Yep.
So that's gonna be
You
11.
can't except for making
Cut in
another
half.
attack that says Great Sword of Rage. Jukatsu, the death save.
That's a fail.
Felorin.
I'm just gonna attack the swarm that's over Fargrim with my short swords.
I mean, there's one on top of yourself. I would just attack that one.
Is
Kill
there?
it now.
I don't-
I would just attack the one on top of you. Just that way, you just kill it now, and just
Yeah, I'll do that.
you can kill it.
It's a
And
miss. Klein.
Alright, I'm gonna move in and try to
Another miss.
heal.
dang.
Healing word on right below.
Healing word on who?
Hello, Florian. Oh,
Kazu.
Not the guy who's down.
Jukatsu?
Okay, so on Tricatsu. Alright.
Sweet. Welcome back to the world of living.
Yeah, there are 2 Tricatsu tokens that I can see,
Main
so
action?
I'm not sure which is.
Oh,
My
I'll delete
turn.
one of them. It's, well, Klein still has a main action. That's a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
oh, is it? Okay, so I'll attack too.
Yeah, it's a miss. Now it's Fargrim. Bet you wish you had Spirit Guardians right now. Is that on the one on Felorin? Yeah, I'll say that.
Did I hit the one on top of Florum or no?
Yes, you did. So this one's going to move to there, attack Klein, and fly off. You can all take an attack of opportunity if you like.
Alrighty. Well,
This one attacked Fargan and missed.
okay.
Yep, that'll kill one of them. The other one's going to make it out.
Just also, that's a 9 damage. Oh yeah, I gotta make that
It's fine. You
thing.
made it out.
All right.
You had to do like 40 damage to bring it down. Okay. Encounter over.
The council thanks you for saving him. I do not like bats.
A strange fear, but no, that river is combat, so let's just keep going.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, we're steadily getting wilted down by these encounters. I mean,
Can I stealth and look in there?
yeah, let's have him take point with stealth.
I'll
You certainly
stealth
can.
and then try.
Sage, I saw. Sage, I
So
saw that.
what I need you to do is go over there and look in, and then after you do that, I'll let you roll the stealth check to see how stealthy you are.
Oh no.
I don't like people to metagame and be like, I rolled the stealth check, it's a high stealth, I'm really stealthy, let me do it. Oh, I rolled a low stealth. Yeah.
If you are truly
you're being
paranoid
stealthy.
about this,
If there's anything
if you're
in there.
if you're truly paranoid about this, perhaps I can create a sound next to the water, see if anything comes out.
I like this plan.
That's a better.
Everyone to the back of the
better
wall.
plan, mate.
Everyone line
Right,
up.
mate. Better plan. Yeah.
Because
we're
their
backing up.
work is magic.
Right?
I
I'll
am
go ahead
not
and.
that confident in my stealth abilities. Go ahead, mate.
All right. Yeah, my illusion has a range of 30 feet, so I'll go ahead and cast it, and just create the sound of someone, not very loudly, but just enough anything that's in the water to hear it, to just say hello, hello.
Okay.
All right. Nothing jumps out.
All right, I guess I'll take point.
Nope.
Oh. All right. Upon getting closer to the water, how steep is this thing?
It's steep, it's a 90-degree angle. Straight down.
Yeah, but for how far?
12 inches.
All right, a foot. Okay. So let's keep
No,
moving then.
12 inches.
What, the water's 12 inches deep?
No, the water's several feet deep. The edge is 12 inches above the water.
Okay. So no one's dying of fall damage.
Klein,
Oh.
give me a nature check. You think the worm blood probably is growing at the edge of this pond.
Fuck.
Worm bloom. Shit.
Right. I'll go get it. Klein, do you think you could give me a little bit of healing juice before I go sticking my neck out?
Just cast it like normal, or is it different or out of combat?
I think it casts like normal.
Cast it like normal.
What was that, liquid courage?
Alrighty. Bolvar is gonna pull out his 50 feet of rope that comes with his explorer pack that is in his inventory, and hand whoever's jumping in an end of the rope. Do whatever you please. If you tie it to yourself. I'm gonna tie it around my wrist.
I don't have time for this. It's fine. It's easy. It's hanging right on the edge. You reach over, you pull it up. Clive kind of looks at you funny, like, why is the rope coming out? Reaches over, picks it up. Done.
Okay.
Quest over. You take it back. We got to run.
Hooray.
So you finished. You finished the divined objective. You will bring enough worm bloom back so that no other player character will get seasick. All of you told part of your backstory at some point, and you learned something new about the Rotlands quest in that you advanced. You moved west. You moved to Rithven. So everybody's going to get 3 XP.
Oh, so I
In
got a
addition,
level.
we're going to put a vote up in Discord. How'd you get a level? It's your first session. You can't get a level.
Because I told my backstory, and then I just got 3 XP, which is 4, which is a level, right?
No.
The
That was
backstory
included. The backstory you got the experience for. You can get
okay.
a maximum of 3 XP a quest.
Right.
Sometimes I'll say, earlier or later, but maximum of 3 plus the straw poll.
Sage, what was the,
And you can all vote on this, so you're voting for MVP.
Sage, what was the thing that you made? Giant cube thing I saw in the water.
I think you saw the red dragon.
Yeah, where's Dragazzo so he can sweep this motherfucker?
So you will all earn 1 treasure point.
Okay. And is there like a table on the website that has like...
It's on the intro page. I'll move you back there in just a moment.
Alrighty.
Well,
I have 3 XP.
I'm sure Dracazzo's going to sweep it.
Oh yeah.
6 votes for Dracazzo. Congratulations, Dracazzo. You get a level. You'll get that extra 1 XP.
Dracazzo thinks his fans.
Well played. Thank you all for coming out. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Wednesday night game's still empty, so show up on Wednesday night if you're available to play. And otherwise, we'll see you next week. Got any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask them in Discord.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks very much.
Cool.